Hello boys and girls, this is Miss Embleton and today we're going to be working on making a sea turtle. To start, you're going to need a pencil and some white paper. Remember, if you don't have white paper at home, you can use the back of something that was already used before, such as an old letter or an old worksheet, or you can use some cardboard like the inside of an old cereal box. To begin, you're going to start with creating a large oval in the center of your paper. From here, you can go ahead and add some details. I'm going to draw a little tail for a sea turtle by making the letter V. For its head, I'm going to make a small little neck with two straight lines. And then you can either draw a circle, or I almost did like a heart shape for the head. Two circles or ovals for eyes. And for its little legs, you can make two straight lines and a zigzag line for its toes. You're going to repeat that for each one of its legs. Two straight lines, zigzag for toes. Now we're going to make the pattern on the inside of its shell. What I like to do is kind of trace along the inside to make another smaller oval. Next, I'll make some straight lines going around to separate it into the different pieces. In the center of the shell, we're going to start breaking it down into geometric shapes. You can start by making an equal sign or two straight lines in the center. Close them off with the letter V. And then, for the easy part, everywhere that there's a corner, we're going to make a straight line touching the oval. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and the last one. Remember, you can add extra details and make your pattern a little different. It's all up to you since you're the artist. The next step is to outline our project. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my supplies and look for a black crayon. If you don't have black, you can use a dark color. Some examples of dark colors would be blue, purple, brown, or even green. I'm going to take my black crayon and trace over every one of my pencil lines. If you make a mistake, you don't have to worry. You will be able to fix it with the black crayon and erase the pencil line that you missed. See? Notice I'm taking my time and not rushing. When I take my time, I will make less mistakes because I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. And here is my completed outlined sea turtle. For the next step of this project, I'm going to be showing you how we are going to blend colors for our sea turtle. Blending colors means overlapping them and letting them mix a little bit. For my sea turtle, I'm going to use the warm colors. Remember, you can choose any colors you would like. I'm choosing the warm colors because later on we're going to be coloring the background, which is going to be a mix of blues and greens. I wouldn't want my sea turtle to be all blue and green because it might blend in too much. I want my sea turtle to stick out. To start, I'm going to show you how to make it look like a tie-dye effect by coloring with a yellow crayon a little bit inside each one of the geometric shapes that we've created. I'm not coloring in the whole shape, just a little bit. Next, I'm going to take orange and overlap the orange just a little bit. Again, I'm not filling in the whole shape. I'm just filling around it and overlapping the color a little bit. I'm not going to do all of the orange ones because I'm going to fast forward through that. I'm going to show you what to do with the red. With the red, you're going to fill in the rest of that shape and overlap the orange just a little. Again, I'm taking my time so I don't scribble outside of the lines, and I'm holding the crayon pretty tightly to keep my muscles in my hands nice and strong. Remember, if you need a break from coloring, you could put the crayon down, wiggle your fingers, and try again. Now, I'm going to continue coloring, but I'm going to speed it up so that we can move on to the next step. Now that I have finished coloring my sea turtle, we're going to start working on the background. If you have crayons, you can go ahead and color the background. I actually used a white crayon to draw some wave lines. What I'm going to show you next is a way to make paint if you don't have any paint at home. What you would need is a couple of small pieces of aluminum foil, a small cup with just a little bit of water, and a paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush, you could use a Q-tip or anything that's soft with cotton that will hold the water and also the color. What you're going to do is you're going to take some markers if you have some around. I have this one. And on that piece, you are going to color with the marker. What you're doing is you're putting down some of the ink on this piece of aluminum foil. Next, you cap your marker, you put it back where it belongs, you pick up your paintbrush, and you're going to stick it in water. Now, I'm wetting all of the ink that was on the aluminum foil. Can you see it moving around? You're going to take that and begin painting. You can see where I use the crayon because it's starting to show through the marker. I'll get a little more and go back. Once you use up all of the ink on here, it'll look like regular aluminum foil again. You can reuse the same piece by drying it off very carefully, or you can get another small piece. You cannot leave this wet and use your marker on it because then the marker will lose its ink and will not work. You really need to follow directions if you're going to try this technique. Again, if this isn't something you would like to do, if you have a regular paint set, you could do that, or you could color it with crayon or color pencil, whatever you have. Now that I've finished my project, I made sure to sign it, and I want to thank you for following along. I hope you learned something new, and I can't wait to see what your projects look like. See you again soon.